Hello there. Welcome to WIPlash Knits. If you're new here, I hope you stick around, and if you're coming back, welcome back. Today is Mad Dash WIPlash. I have got it bad. It gets bad this year every time this time of year because of the holidays. I always say, I'm not going to make any Christmas knits this year. And then what do? I'm the mad knitter. Knit, 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 knit. You can ask my husband. He comes home, I don't even look at him. He's like, he's from Nigeria, and he says, you don't even look up. You don't even look up. I'm counting. I'm counting. I'm counting. I try. I'm like, hold on, babe, I'm counting. I'm counting. I'm always casting on when he gets home. He gets home like, I can't help it. Anyway, today we have got a really big show. I have no makeup on. I'm in pajama pants, but I did wear my oon for you today. I'm so excited to wear my oon for you. It's so soft, so soft. It's Malabrigo worsted. I love this yarn. This is the first time I've used this yarn. It's a great yarn. It has pilled some, but I have worn it like 5 or 6 times already. It's so comfy cozy, and I'll tell you what, it was 50 some, maybe 54 degrees I think when we went to Brown County a few weeks back, and it was a little bit rainy outside, overcast and sprinkling and rainy all day and windy, and I wore this and just my tank top underneath it, no jacket, no coat, and I was plenty warm, but just right, you know. I wasn't too hot in the stores and the studios, and I was plenty just right. It was just not too hot, not too cold, and I was fine. I didn't need a hat, a scarf, nothing, no gloves, none of that. So very happy with the yarn. I will use it again and again. So let's start out. We're going to start out with FOs today. First off, I've been a very bad girl, as always, because once I stop knitting something, before I get the tails done, if I don't weave them in right away, it'll sit and sit. And this has been sitting in my to weave in pile by itself, because usually I will weave in my ends right away so I get them done. Otherwise, they'll sit around like this with the ends all hanging out and unblocked. So usually I will weave my ends in right away. And if it's something small like this, I'll go straight to blocking it. And something small like this especially, I will just steam block the heck out of it. So this is going to get steam blocked because I want to open it up. This is called, it is in honey colorway. It's Malabrigo Chunky. First time I've used the chunky weight. It was rather bulky for me. This is bulkier than I prefer. But since it's a cowl and I want it to stand up a bit, I went ahead and tried out the chunky weight. I love the honey colorway. I thought it would look nice with this sweater too, as well, in the fall. It's called Boxing Clever, the pattern, and it is a free pattern on Ravelry. You can find it, Boxing Clever. I am not going to put links up this episode. It's just too much for me right now. I just got hired for a new job, a new position. It's an RN case management position, and I'm excited about that. And I have to get my office set up. It's on the other side of the yarn room where I'm sitting right now. So my organization stuff is coming tomorrow, and I'll be getting my tech equipment week after next. So I need to get busy on this and tidy up and things like that. And my drawer is broke, so I need to glue my drawer for my desk back together, things of that nature. So I am gonna have to make this speedy today. I love the pattern, very easy to follow. It is charted and written, and you can adjust it for different size weights of yarn. Very easy to make, very intuitive. Not a whole lot to say. You can make it bigger around. You can make a big infinity scarf. You can make it as tall or short as you want, just by changing how many squares tall you make it. Same thing with as big around as you want it. Just change it by how many stitches you cast on, how many squares you cast on. It's very, very easy, and I will put it on for you. It's not going to look quite vary the way it will once it's blocked, but you can get the gist of it. Nice and warm. I have two navy coats on the way. One's Sherpa lined, and then one's a pea coat, double-breasted pea coat. I think it'll look very nice with that. But once it's blocked, I think it'll open up and have just a little bit of a open drape to it. You think? I think that'll look nice with it. Make me look like I have more of a neck. I'm short. I'm petite, and I have a short bone structure. Okay, so that is the boxing clever. Next up, I have a list to follow today. I did get organized, more organized beforehand because I have so many WIPs to show you. Most of them, I don't know if you've seen any of these WIPs. I think these are all new WIPs, guys. All new WIPs you've not seen. You might have seen my green love note if you've been here before. The Laurel cow. Here, I'll pop a picture of the Laurel cow here. Because this is not exactly what it's supposed to look like. I stopped short. Love it on her. I don't have the same bone structure. Maybe I'm thicker through the chest here and the shoulders, so it didn't quite come out as planned, and because of that I cut mine short, but I actually like it like this. I think it's just going to fill the gap very nicely. And I got this red because it matches my red coat. I got Holly colorway. This is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes from well, Knit Picks, I already said from Knit Picks. It's Wool of the Andes. First time I've worked with Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. And it's not too awful scratchy. It's a little bit itchy against my neck, but not too awful bad that I can't wear it bare skinned. I would not want a whole sweater out of it. I'll say that. Just because I prefer things like, I would rather order drops than get this wool. It's just a bit too itchy for me to have a whole sweater out of it. And it is a little bit splitty, but not too awful bad. It did make nice color work. The stitches come out nicely. I think I used size 6s or 7s. I can't remember which. I did not write that down. I don't keep a project book. I have too many projects going for that. But I was going to make the full scale version where she splits it and it goes over your shoulders like a bib. And I did not. And I'll tell you. Oh, and I like this jewelry that I got in Brown County several years back. This jewelry set. It come with these little earrings. This lady had made them. I visited her studio. I like it with this sweater. So back to this. I just stopped before the split. And instead of making it more squared off, I just left it at the point. I think hers is square if I remember correctly. But I was a little disappointed because the red part doesn't show with the leaves on me. Maybe I can pull it forward a bit more. Get a little pop of them in there. And my stripes. I wish I had used a jogless stripe. Because there's so many stripes. And it is in the back, but I don't have long hair. Well, at least on right now because I have a wig. But my stripes didn't turn out the neatest. That's for sure. Not very good at doing stripes. They could have been a little bit neater. And all the tails, but I did carry up the yarn on the stripes. They just were a little bit loose in that one area there. But I don't think anybody's going to be noticing because it's going to be so bunched up. But I do love the color work, and it was so fast. I made it in like, all together, probably 3 days. Three full days probably. And it did block out softly once it got blocked and spread out, it was pretty soft. And you could probably put some conditioner in with it. Okay, next up we have the Timber Trail hats. Here is a picture of Timber Trail. And it has a little cable, a little 2x2 cable that runs up it. And it's very easy. I've done it with the cables, but on these colored hats that have variegated colorways, I don't do the cable because you can't really see it, especially with these colors that I used. So I didn't do it. And sometimes I modify it, just kind of wing it if it's close enough. I just make sure I get the stitch count right. If it's a little bit taller or whatever, or shorter, that's okay. It just depends on who I'm making it for. I made this one for one of my grandsons for Christmas. It is the Mart colorway of Rios. And I didn't do the top decreases quite right, I think. It's a little bit pointy right now. It's not been blocked yet either. It'll probably round out a bit. I love the Mart colorway. I'm going to do 2 more for this year and then 1 more because I'm expecting my 7th grandbaby and she's having a boy. My oldest is pregnant again. So she's now going to, they each have a boy and a girl. My 3 daughters do. They each have a boy and a girl. And my oldest is having another boy. So she's going to have 2 boys and a girl. And very happy about that. She's due in May. So I'm going to make her baby boy a hat to match her brother, his brother. And then my other grandson, he'll have my other 2 grandsons. So now I'm going to have 4 grandsons and 3 granddaughters. Gosh, I can't keep up. I'm going to start having problems remembering names. I have problems with birthdays. I got to put them all into Google Calendar to get reminders. So this is the hat, and I've got 3 more to make, 2 for Christmas. And this is mine. Oh, I think I used a different pattern for mine. I can't remember what pattern I used because see, it's not the same top. I must have used a different pattern. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't use Timber Trail for this one. That top, definitely different. I can't remember what I used, but I love this hat. I thought for sure I used that pattern. Maybe I messed up on the other one. Maybe that's why the top looks weird. I was winging it. I was at work and I didn't have my directions with me. That's probably it. I'm going to review the pattern again and see what I did wrong. Maybe I did something wrong and I should have stopped sooner and then gathered the stitches together. I bet that's it. Because see, that looks better. Just taking that bunch at the top and gathering it up. I bet that's it. But how cute is this? Now this one is Sonoma. I love fluorescence. I have another one. I don't know if I've showed you it, but it's Sonoma. It's DK weight. Sonoma is a DK, and it's by Baw Yarns, I believe. I did not do a cable on this one either, and it is so soft, but I used the size 7 needles on it as well, and I used 2 circular needles. I like using 2 circulars because you can just use them all the way up. You don't have to switch to double points, just use them all the way up. When you're done, you're done. And it's great. So no stitch markers involved. I can see my tail all the way down and know where I'm at. The other one is fluorescent too, but it's got more touches of pink, but it's more orange and touches of white and green. This one's got touches of blue, purple, green, and pink, and a little bit of navy. But I love it. I love that it has like the majority of white in it. I guess there's flecks of black in it too, and aqua. It's 30 bucks a skein, and I had someone that I know ask me to make them one. I said, I wrote it down for him. I said, go here to Mass Ave Knit Shop, and wrote down the yarn for them to get, and have them help you pick out a skein of this yarn, and I'll make it for you, because I don't know them like that. I'm not gonna go buy the yarn and make them a hat. So I'm not doing it. Does that mean? I don't think so. I just don't know them like that. And it's kind of it's a situation where I can't really do that for certain reasons. So it is what it is. So let's see here. Next up, we have this bandana. If you just do a search for this pattern called Easy Lace Shawl, Knit Shawl, it should pull up on YouTube. I forgot, I was gonna look and see who it's by. I can't remember the name of the YouTuber, but you'll stumble on it. If I remember correctly, hers was either teal or aqua. She might have had a fuchsia one too, but the thumbnail I think was an aqua color. This yarn I found in my deep stash, and I had it forever. I was going to put it into this other shawl and just had abandoned this. It was an FO laying around, and I had never even wound this yarn. It was just so luscious. And I think it has maybe some yak and baby alpaca in it. I don't know what else is in it other than that. It's just so soft and so fine. But it is a light taupe with little flecks of not ivory, maybe just a lighter tone. It's like a tone on tone. It's just so soft. But I love the pattern, very easy to follow. She does a very good job demonstrating how to do the stitches and the segments, the sections. And this blocked out nicely, just steam blocking with my iron. And so I did a shorter version of it. She could use it as a little neckerchief if she wanted to. Like if she wanted to take it off of her head. I made it to go on her head. But she could put it on her neck if she wanted to. If she got tired of it being on her head, but I made it to go on her head. I had enough yarn left. I could have made myself one, but I don't think I look good in them. But the tails, it's just long enough. And I'll tell you what repeat I stopped on. So if you want to make yourself one, you can. I think I used size 6 needles, and it ended up this size. And I think the yarn is probably a sport weight. It felt like a sport weight. Wasn't it cute? I feel like old Mother Hubbard in them though. Maybe if my hair was long, it'd be really cute. My daughter's hair is luscious. It's long and curly. It's like my hair used to be when I was younger. So, that's that. My other daughter, her hair's long and luscious too. All of them have long and luscious hair. My other daughter, the youngest, she knits, and she made herself a kerchief and or bandana, whatever you want to call it, and she made the oon that matches mine, but a different color, and she made her bandana out of her matching yarn, but just finer weight. She didn't put the second strand of fingering weight with it, so it's got fingering weight and lace weight. And she started another bandana with some cast off sport weight I gave her. Okay, so that's that. Those are the FOs. The WIPs. tons and tons of WIPs, and these are not even all of my WIPs. Keep that in mind. Don't you judge me. Don't judge. Don't be a judger. These are the Sophies I'm making my granddaughters. If these don't get done for Christmas, it's okay because I've bought them other stuff. But I wanted to make 2 of these Sophie scarves. Everybody's seen the Sophie scarf. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's Sophie. I'm not going to link it. This is Knit Picks. Their Hawthorne yarn. I've had this yarn forever. It's very pretty. And what looks fuchsia is not quite fuchsia, it's more of a violet. And I'm making the small size. The Sophie's pretty easy to do as long as you use, for me anyway, I use a stitch marker and keep it on the 8th row so I can keep track of that 8th row, and I stop on the 8th row, try to, if I put it down, so that way I know where I'm at. If I pick it up again, then I just start on row 1. This is a TV project for me that I'm not really paying much attention to the screen. I just listen. I sit there and knit on it. Haven't worked on it for quite some time. Same thing with this. I haven't worked on this for quite some time. These are going to be twisted headbands. I think I showed you a purple one that I made myself in Malabrigo violet or petunia or hydrangea colorway, something like that. Like an orchid color. This is a slip stitch pattern, and if you haven't made these before, you just fold these and you sew them together. You fold them in on each other and you sew them together like that, and then when you open it back up again, they're twisted. So you put it on and it looks like it's been twisted, but it's really not. So that's that. That's the first one. And I calculated how long to knit these for my granddaughters based on my head size after I knit mine and seen it blocked out and fit it to my head. And I calculated the stretch. So that's how I figured theirs. And I'm on the second one now. So very quick knit. I just haven't worked on it for quite some time. I do want to get these 2 done for Christmas though. So that is a goal for Christmas. Excuse me. Packing the Christmas things together. Alright, next up we have the twig shawl. I'll put a picture of twig right here. This is by Pearl Soho. It's done in DK weight. And I love knitting on this. I've been knitting on this at work because I have a pediatric home care case that I get a lot of downtime right now. So I do knit when I have downtime. And this is mine. It is in Lima Fog colorway. Lima Fog is just a hint of gray. It's a light blue though. It reminds me of my grandpa. And I'm going to take this when it's done. I love the border on this with this stitch. This is on size 5 needles for me. It calls for size 6s, but I usually have to size down to get gauge. And I sized down because I didn't like the fabric I was getting. I started it and I didn't like the fabric, so I knew I needed to size down to get that definition. So I'm going to take this, fold it in half, and I'm going to dip dye it. And as it dip dyes, it's going to be lighter to darker. And I think that'd be really pretty. I'm going to probably do a deep periwinkle color at the bottom. Not quite plum. I did that with grape Kool-Aid one time, and I may do that again with Kool-Aid, but not quite as strong as I did before. So that this blue will kind of just faintly show through at the top and kind of show through at the bottom, but not quite. It'll have, you know, it'll look stained. That's what I want it to look like, is a little bit of stained glass. Speaking of stained glass, I'm going to be pausing this to show you my stained glass jewelry I got to go with some sweaters that I got going. So I want you to see that. I got those down in Brown County when we went, so I'll pause that, pause here in a few minutes after I show you all the WIPs. Alright, so that is twig. Next up we have the cane vest, or top. I think it was called vest. I think that's how I found it, was doing a search for a vest. Might have been textured vest, because I love texture. I used to love lace, and now I hunt more for texture. And I don't know which side I love more, the inside or the outside. And I almost wish I'd have used 5s on this too, because it's the same stitch as the twig shawl. See? I really wish I had used 5s. This is size 6 needles. This is how far I've gotten, and this is the shoulder here in some stockinette. This is in the sea green Lima from Drops, and Lima was on sale for like $2.19 or something like that last month. Might have been November, but I got a bunch. This is the front, and this is the inside. See, I love the inside. I might wear it inside out because I like the inside of the shoulders too. That's the inside of the shoulder. So isn't that kind of cool? Let me turn it inside out and show you. There you go. I kind of like that. So we'll see. Like, I don't know. After doing the shawl, I almost want to frog this whole thing and start it over with size 5s. But I can't find one pair of my size 5s. I think it's in a project. And then I've got this size 5 shawl going. So I almost want to frog this. So maybe I should stop working on this until the shawl's done and find the other set of 5s. Or buy some more 5s. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. It's disappointing now. And I would have to resize, or I don't know, do another gauge swatch and just see. Lima does not change a whole lot in how it looks once it's blocked either. And another thing I'll tell you about the Lima, I found out on the yellow top from my last episode. The Lima wrinkles badly. And this wrinkle kind of sets in. It set in on that top. I left it setting on my desk and then gave it to my daughter. I was like, I do not want to steam block this again. Because I had steam blocked it and I had wet blocked it. And it was still wrinkled. It had a big wrinkle down the front of it. I was like, she can do it. Okay, so next up we have the sweater number 19. I love stitching on this thing. I just started this just yesterday morning. Y'all, I get up around 4 or 5 a.m. most days. Today, I got up at 3:40. Just woke up. My body's like, time to get up. Rise and shine. Have you seen that movie For Richer or Poorer? It's got Kirstie Alley and Tim Allen. Love that movie. I think I'm going to see that if I can find it streaming for free. I might pay for it if it's running on one of the sites. There's a funny scene in there where there's on an Amish farm. You'll have to see it. I don't want to spoil it, but if you haven't seen it, it's too cute, and you should check it out. It's an older movie, probably from the 90s, maybe early 2000s. So, anyway, yeah, my body just like rides and shines since I've been going through the change, or went through the change. So this is sweater number 19. This one is by, what is her name? My Favorite Things. Her name is not on the front of the pattern. Yeah, My Favorite Things Knitwear. I've got several of her patterns. This is the furthest I've gotten with any of them. And it's got shaping down the shoulder line by just using 2 of the cables. They're mock, lacy mock cables, so they're super easy to do. It's just basically ribbing with the yarn over, and then you've got this little kind of funnel neck portion that you do working straight, and then you start in doing your increases. There's the increase. Super easy. And then I've got my stitch markers. Oh, and I should show you, I'll just tell you, some of these stitch markers, they're metal stitch markers, and I hate split ring markers if you're going to keep them on your needles, but if you use them like this, they're great. I use these like this and to keep track of my sleeve decreases. But these come in a metal tin that slide open with one hand. It's like, but it also locks. I got an alarm going off. Hold on. It also locks with one hand, so you don't have to put your knitting down. You can just keep it on the end table, reach over, pop it open, grab your stitch mark, set it down, grab your stitch marker out of it, pick it up, slide it shut. It's great. It's great. I love it. And I think it was like $5 or $6 on Amazon. So I try to frequent my local yarn shop for stuff, but they don't have stuff like that. So you know, they get enough out of me for yarn, so she's happy. I told my local yarn shop owner one day that I said, I'm going on a yarn diet. She said, I don't like hearing that. I said, I know, but you know me, I've been buying so much yarn. So I've got yarn coming out my ears. I can't do it anymore. I don't have anywhere to put it. It's just, and as soon as I get it, I want to see what it's going to be. So I have to start a project with it. It doesn't get stale around here like a loaf of bread. It's not happening. So, you know, I've got needles galore because of it. I've got to stop. So once I start this new job, I'm going to be working hybrid. So I'll be remote, supposed to be a couple days a week, and out on the road 3 days a week. So, you know, I've got to get my crap straight at home and put some WIPs away. And my goal is to only have 3 WIPs out at a time until they're finished. And then, so I'm going to triage. I'm going to triage my knits and probably work on whatever's going to get done the fastest so I can work through them and see all my colors. Because that's the thing for me, is colors and see what they're going to be. But I'm going to have to triage them because I like rapid cycling my knits. No, I'm not manic or bipolar. I just like to, I'm a little bit ADD and probably a little autistic, but I like to rapid cycle them. I get bored easily and want to work on something new. I constantly have castanitis, and I like the tactile sensation of different yarns, so I have to switch to something else. I get bored, and tired of this or that, so they're laying all over the living room. I always have to pick them up and reorganize. And so they're going to come in here, they're going to sit in the dungeon and back to the abyss with them. Some of them will be in the abyss in the freezer, and some of them will be in the dungeon, and 3 will be set free until they're finished, and then I'll get 3 new ones. And by new, I don't mean new. No new projects. Read my lips. So I'm loving this one. I started this one about 4 a.m. yesterday, and I worked on it at my sister's house after eating and before eating, and I took my mom over there, went and picked her up from her memory care unit, and we went over to Sista's house, and oh man, the food was just delicious. Okay, so about that. Let me get a sip of my coffee. I'm talking too much. Next up, we have Veronica. Love this pattern. Love it. And one thing I love about this pattern, did I show you the pattern of sweater number 19? This is sweater number 19. Sorry about that. Veronica. Here's a picture of Veronica. I should start leaning this way, cover up the junk. Here is Veronica. Veronica is another cardi vest. Comes in multiple sizes. It is worsted weight or Aran weight, I think. Size 7 needles. It may be 7s or 8s. I don't think I had to size down. I'm using 7s. Sorry if I don't get the needle size correctly. It's because I can't remember if I sized down or not, and I did not bring the pattern in here with me. I'm using Barocco Vintage, colorway 5106. It's a silvery, very subtly tweed gray. Love the texture. Super easy. The increases are easy to make, and I'm at the work even part. I did a bunch of this at work, and now it's just kind of cumbersome. I do have to get up and down at work a lot, so it just kind of got cumbersome because it's so long and hard to throw down if I have to jump up. So, excuse me. The Barocco Vintage, I had such a hard time. It was almost like the new greeny yarn for me. I went through so many projects with that, trying to find something to make with it. I didn't like it in hardly anything. The one thing I did like it as was almost too fancy for it, because it's more of a casual type yarn, the texture and the color of it. So it was just too elevated of a pattern for it. So I stopped that one. The Love Note has made some progress, but not a whole lot since you've seen it last, I think. I haven't worked on it lately, but I think since you've seen it last, I've gotten a lot of the lace done. It's such a bright green. It shows up even brighter on the screen here. But this is in, if you've not seen Love Note, here's a picture. Or are we going this way? We're going that way. Get it straight. This is Leading Men Fiber Arts in the color Charmed. I love the leaves. Now, I almost didn't. I was shying away from this pattern. Not because I don't like the pattern. I love the pattern. But one, this is DK. And my other Love Note is in a Malabrigo Arroyo, which is sport weight. And I love the drape of that one. Everybody compliments me on that one. It's blue. I wore that in my first episode. But two, the main reason, well, I'd say the primary reason I was shying away from it is because it's leaves and it's a screen. It seemed too cliche to go with leaves because it's green. So, but I am digging it. I'm digging it. So I can't wait to get it done. I think it's going to be fabulous for spring. Obviously, I can wait. Got all these other projects going. So I need to get better at deciphering what I really, really want to get done. I don't know. I am pretty good at doing that. It's just there's always something that keeps me from finishing something that I do want to get done. There's always something that I'm just like, you know, I want the product, but there's something about the project that is holding me back from completing it in the timely fashion that I would like to have it done by. But then there's some things I'm just like, yep, that's getting done for fall. That's getting done for winter. That's getting done for Christmas. I have my Christmas sweater done in the summer. This summer, I got my ranunculus done. I had this sweater done this summer because I knew I wanted them done before the season came. I didn't want to be rushing it. I wanted it done. I'm like, I want that done yesterday. So, I didn't have a problem with that. Did I have as many WIPs as I do now? Just about. Yeah, just about. Oh, there's one more. Before I get off on a tangent. And we'll talk more about WIPs after this, right after this. This is Norma. Put a picture of Norma here. I love Norma. Simple color work, raglan shaping. It's got hitting all those right things, right points that I love. Mock turtleneck. It's almost a funnel neck. And this is done in Lima. And the Lima is making great stitch definitions on 7. Great stitch definition. This is sea green. I had extra sea green because I was going to do all sea green for the body and decided it was too much sea green. So I switched to charcoal mix. And then I have pearl gray mix. And then sea green. I love it. So I've just completed my second stripe. And I'm going into the solid gray portion. So that's Norma. Love her. And if I didn't say it, let me see who Norma is by. I hate not telling. It's my favorite things. I thought it was, but I wanted to be certain. I hate not saying the designer names, but I can't keep up with as many WIPs as I have. It's too much to put links up and mention every designer name and tell the sizes that they do and all that stuff. It's just too much. So back to WIPs. This is my philosophy on how many WIPs you have. 1, are you comfortable with it? With how many WIPs you have? I am to an extent. I feel a little bit overwhelmed right now because it's Christmas and I have more to get done in a short amount of time. But that's okay because I'm going to put some away today. I have to organize. There's too much out in the living room. Once I do that and I bring them in here, I'll be good again. I just have to get them out of sight, out of mind. So do you have a place to hide them? That helps a lot to manage your WIP anxiety. That is, I'm going to play nurse here. What do they call it when you have like identity, no, like you feel like a fraud. You feel like a fraud, but you're not a fraud. I'm not playing nurse. I am a nurse, but do you have anxiety about your WIPs? The amount of WIPs that you have? It doesn't mean that you have too many WIPs. It just means you need to have better WIP management. So if you don't have time or the energy or the want to manage your WIPs, then it could be an issue for you. But it doesn't mean you need to cut and run on all your WIPs. Maybe you just need to find a better way to manage your WIPs. For me, it had to be the clear bags so that I could easily grab one and go. The colored bag you see up there is actually fresh yarn, and it's with the project that it goes with. So I know what yarn that is. I can take it out today. I have a new clear bags coming, a new box of them. I just needed new ones. I'm going to take it out and put it in a clear bag so I know exactly. I can see through it and I can grab and go if I need to. But anyway, do you have a system for your WIPs that works for you? If you don't, you need to figure out a new system that works for your WIPs. Managing your time might be an issue. That may be something internally that you could work on. If that's the case, then it probably carries over to your job. It could be what's holding you back in your career. Things like that. So it could actually help you, you know, in the long run, if you could learn to manage your WIPs. Limit yourself. Things like that. Learn time management. It could help you learn some self-control. It can help you learn some self-control. I'm talking to myself here. So, I'm going to be working on triage. So it's going to help me with triage skills. Just kidding. But to me, WIPs aren't so much a problem because I look at them as head starts. And if they don't get finished, it just means that maybe it wasn't meant to be. But it's just a head start. These are head starts. So what's the problem? They're just a head start. So it's not just a work in progress. It's a head start. So, all right. I think I'm going to go. I think that's it for today. And I hope y'all had a happy Thanksgiving. And if I don't see you before then, have a Merry Christmas. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.